There's a dark basement with a little bit of light. Let's see what's happening. I hear sounds. Perhaps a right. We can't spook her in her natural habitat. It's best to observe when they aren't aware that you're around. Checking in with corn scrubs. Kinda. So this indoor garden of mine, and I'm gonna be generous here, has been of limited success. But the desire to live off the land still lives within me, and I'm not too big to suck up my own ego. So my sister and I headed back to my hometown where Mama Bear was going to teach us how to pickle cucumbers. Starts off pretty straightforward, washing them off. But oh no. Hold on, we're washing them?
We're washing them.
I can appreciate my clothes being clean, but apparently that's how it's done. I don't know. Suspicious. What do you, any thoughts or opinions on using a washing machine for...
It saves us hours and hours of washing these little cucumbers.
Well, I'm into that.
Okay. I'm on board now. Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Can you imagine washing them all by hand?
I don't know if I like pickles that much.
Alright,
Hashtag
cool.
pioneer woman.
Back to basics.
This is how they did it, right?
Yeah, like in the 1800s, they did it like this too, right?
I think so. And they did it with the one that they would just go and like...
By the river. And then after they came out of the washing machine, the final step was just to give those cukes one last inspection, wipe off any dirt on either side.
Nobody measures up to Maria acquiring.
I'm basically better than everyone else?
They all try to be like me.
I don't even try and I do better than other people. Why the ribbing and teasing? Well, Mama Bear told us that we shouldn't even bother trying to keep up with her because she was just too good at this kind of work. All right, let's see these busy hands at work doing what can these braggadocious hands do? Let's get an up close and personal.
Let's see if it's a real...
Observe the technique.
Yeah.
Interesting, taking a few at a time.
That's...
Look at the smooth technique, the effortless ease from one side to the other.
I grew up with, and you grew up with penciling before. I know. And I think it's nothing wrong with it.
Pencil? I don't know.
I like to think it's more of a marker.
I'm thinking more like, you know,
Sharpie size.
like oversized Sharpie. Maybe. And there it was, the old weenie jokes. Ah, come on, cukes. It was about to happen eventually. Phallus, you know what I'm... You're no better than we were. You would have done the same. I'm gonna pick up on this t-shirt again and we'll pick up on the pickling in a pinch. I'm gonna start with the collar this week. Now I've got my interfacing folded in half here and I need to trim out two pieces, the one for the collar band and the actual collar itself. Just like the placket running down the front on the last one, I'd made it too thick because I did 2 layers of interfacing. I'm just gonna do one on each side. Again, just, you know, right in half. And then, all right, here we go. So, this fabric is folded in half, but then I also got to double it up because I need 2 pieces. All right. And then when I cut it out, I'm also going to give myself the extra seam allowance. So I got to cut further out. Repeat this process, but this time a little further. line that up ever so nicely. Again, right in the middle. Sewing time. There's this trick I wanted to try so that I could get the corners of my collar nice and pointy. But I really bungled it up in that last video. So I'm going to try again this time. So step one here, just align these two top pieces. Pin everything together. All right, now as I reach the point, or the end, all right, one more. And that is right on the point there. Lift this up. I take a piece of thread, lift this up, and then squeeze this underneath like so, up against the needle. Put this down, back over top. Now go to the point and then turn this around. So now that's there. Now just follow along the top, the interfacing again. All right, now one before I reach the end again. Push this up against that needle, down, over one, right to the corner, and go down. In my head, I already realized that I've done this wrong, but it's okay. Let's see this through. Trim out the edges of the points because we don't want the extra fabric there. I do remember this. I know I did that part right. And so now I'm gonna have to slightly improvise the technique here, but I think I can still make it work. Tie this red thread in a knot. Okay, now other way around, right way around, like this. All right, so now I go like this, and then what that's supposed to do is I'm supposed to just be able to pull on it like that. I'm doing it wrong. All right, well, clip, get rid of that. All right, well, had another fun try at something, didn't work. This is a learning lesson. It's okay to fail multiple times at something. Right? Yeah. Well, back to the old technique. Let's just poke it out with the scissor. So on to now just attaching this top collar part to the actual band. So this has to go that way. Right, I gotta find the middles, align the middles. Yeah, right there. Okay. And then this piece on top, align this real nice. This is the part that always terrifies me the most, connecting the actual collar onto the shirt itself, because there's no room for error. It has to be a perfect fit. All right, phew, it fits. All right, I'm gonna finish up this collar because it fits, and let's check in on those pickles. Pickling to do, and then magically this collar will be complete. What has Mama Bear tasked you with doing?
Mama Bear has tasked me with setting out all the jars,
Yeah.
filling the jars, and tapping that ass. We get a little crude in these parts.
What do I see over there?
Over here, this guy. The guy that was making everyone feel very, very self-conscious until someone tried to. And whoop! Oh no! Oh honey, we broke it.
Someone got a little reckless and with reckless abandon.
This guy's got a bit of whiskey.
But it wasn't just all fun and games. We had a lot of cucumbers that needed pickling. So while me and my sister finished up all the cleaning, my mom started preparing the recipe for the liquid that gets poured in. The brine, that's the word, the brine. Think it's brine? I don't know. Anyways, the stuff.
This book you wrote, right? This is your recipes. When did you start this?
Probably before you were born.
Before I was born? But after the kids were born?
Yeah, I
So
had
you were
another
like-
one, I rewrote it.
Oh, okay, so you were 28, 29 around that time. Almost my age. At which point you already had 5 kids running around. You thought you were done with your family. And then in a couple of years, the best surprise of your life happened. I believe you named her Margarita. I believe she
So
grew up
where
to
do I
have
have, oh here.
luscious locks.
This is the recipe. This is the recipe we're going to use.
Okay, oh, for gherkin, 6 toast something. Wasser. 3 toast isik. Acid.
That's vinegar, acid, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What you have to hier?
Separate geschnitten für die Gurken.
Okay.
Onions go in the actual pickling liquid?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So quick explanation here, no, you're not going crazy. That is not English you're hearing towards the end there. We grew up in a Mennonite community. We would write in German proper, but then we would speak in a Dutch-German dialect known as Plotdeutsch. So that's what you were hearing there.
So we're going to do many more times of this, Mom. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So we want 48 cups of liquid. We either do 5.5 times this recipe, or we do 5 times, and then we might have a little bit less.
Yeah, no, do 5. Just 5.
And then we're going to do 5 times 3. That's 15 cups of vinegar.
So at this point, there wasn't really much for me to do anymore. My sister and mom were focusing on scaling up the recipe and getting it on the stove, so I just focused on documenting the process. A David Attenborough of the kitchen, if you may. And that shirt isn't done either yet, so back to work for me. Look at that. I did get the collar done. Very collar-like. Hem up along the bottom of the shirt first here. The curve, if you recall. Along the back too. Serging close the side seams. Having added in that little bit of extra fabric along the back there for the pleat has complicated things a little bit. Essentially the challenge being that I added in a little bit more fabric. And so now I just gotta tug on the front a touch. Just to stretch it ever so gently, that extra distance. That's half the shirt ready to go. Other side as well. Of course, I don't want these sergered edges to show at the bottom, so a bit of top stitching is in order. Some pleats for my lower back. And step 1 all the way wide, in the middle, down to there. Buttonholes, the dreaded buttonholes. All right, now go small to the left. And don't worry, I'm not messing around here. I did do 3 test ones, which, you know, not bad. All right, And then now to the right side and small. And reverse. Alright, it's okay. Yes, I won't be handing out microscopes for people to have a look at this work, but not bad. There's improvement. There's been improvement on my part since the first one. But that's one done, and 5 more to go. All right. That's a buttonhole. Now, what is it that buttonholes like? Well, buttons that go through them. Aren't I just clever? So, a quick bit of stitching on for some buttons. Let's see how the collar fits. Quite nice, if I do say so myself. Also, these pants look so familiar. Oh, right, I made these in a previous episode. I gotta say, this is the first time I've just been happy with it overall. You know? Got a bit more room in the back there. Now that I have a pleat, I can reach forward better. The collar, decent. You know? Sleeves, again, the right side smaller for my right side, larger for my left. The placket, not as solid, so that's nice. A little more summery, a little more breezy. Do a twirl for you here. Ready to hit that dance floor. You know. But there we go. Shirt's done. Let's finish off those pickles. Isn't that gorgeous?
That smells delicious.
Look at that steam.
Are we shooting a porno here? Or are we...
Culinary porn.
With the brine done, all the ingredients were taken out. And then that brine just got poured right into the jars. At which point I then took them, I put them in the oven, we baked them for 5 to 10 minutes, took them out, and boom, pickles were done. Hold on. Two samples of a total of 24 pickles jars, 24 pickle jars that I now have. I'm just going to be a right pilgrim this winter, dining on my pickled goodnesses.
People, people, people. That's my people, people, people.